Welcome back.
Yes, and to you, this is Dream Idiots. My name is Morris, and there's Bryan.
Hey, hey. So weather here is way nicer than the weather there. You sent me pictures of 15 inches of snow, 12 inches of snow. How much snow?
24 inches in 24 hours.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it was interesting. Um, Bryan, can we stop take it again? Because I'm getting a weird echo in my.
Yeah,
Are you getting? Is everything okay on your end? Does it sound good?
everything sounds fine here. I can stop though.
Let me hang on. I'm just getting a weird echo. I don't know why. Okay, did you stop it, or are we going still?
And we're back.
Yes, welcome to Dream Idiots. Once again, this is episode 111. My name is Morris, and that feller over there is Bryan.
Howdy, howdy. Thanks for listening to us, folks, and thanks for joining us yet again for another fabulous installment. Thanks for doing those nice things for us online, liking, sharing, and subscribing. Please, if you don't mind, go on the app you're listening to us on and give us 5 stars, shoot us a review. You can find us at dreamidiots.com and drop us a line at dreamidiotspodcast at Gmail. And we're Instagram and Facebook at Dream Idiots. And thanks for listening. We appreciate you tagging along.
Yes, and we take turns doing stories. It's an odd numbered episode, which means Bryan gets to go first. But before we do that, I have one announcement to make. Bryan, it is the 49th anniversary of what TV episode?
49th episode, or it's 49th anniversary of a TV episode or a
TV episode, a very special TV episode.
episode 49.
I'll give you a hint. It's a MASH episode. We're recording this on March 18th.
Uh-huh.
It'll drop on March 19th. March 18th is the 49th
The
anniversary
last episode? No.
of Abyssinia Henry, the final episode
Oh, with Henry
featuring
Blake.
Henry Blake and, Trapper John, but Trapper John got home safely. Colonel Blake did not. Spoilers for a 49-year-old episode.
Mm-hmm.
So, farewell, Lieutenant Colonel Henry Blake, 49 years ago, and change if you count the actual Korean War. So,
Yeah,
anyway, I thought
devastating episode. Yeah.
I'd pass that along.
Nice.
All right, you get to go first. What do you have for us this week, Bryan?
Well, I'm not joking when I say this, but I may not have ever told you this. Did you know that I'm actually mostly Irish? I'm more, not mostly. I'm more Irish than anything else.
I had guessed that with a name like Treat.
Yeah, well, there you go. So we just had St. Patty's Day, kind of a silly holiday that, as far as I know, is not marked in Ireland probably at all. But we're going to talk about something that probably, in my mind, the Irish and maybe Australians do the best, and that is a list of sort of insults and curse words that are native to the country of Ireland. This comes, we're dropping this just a couple days after St. Patty's. It just seemed timely. Some of these are just absolutely brilliant. Number one, gobshite, Gobshite. They use shite instead of shit usually. Ever heard gobshite?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
So gobshite apparently it's frequently used in a series I've never watched, Father Ted.
I know of it, never seen
So,
it.
so
Yeah.
okay, so a gobshite is someone who's just stupid. Most of these are just very very generic insults. A langer, Langer. Also, someone who's a fool or refers to the nether regions.
Okay.
A, a we had gobshite, a dry shite,
Uh,
DRY shite,
a dry shite.
dry
Okay.
shite. Someone
What
who's
does that
boring.
mean?
That's
Okay. All right.
yeah. I wanted to go out, but my friends refused to join me. They were being dry shites. Still one of my favorites, and one we had as a curse word back a million years ago. Bollocks is the Irish version of bullshit, but I still think it's hilarious that bollocks is bad, but the dog's bollocks are good. So something
It's
to file away.
like the cat's ass. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
The bee's knees. Egypt, Eejit. Egypt.
Yeah, you're right, Egypt. Yeah.
Right, it's just full. Um, G-bag, G-E-E-B-A-G is some of these are unfortunately tied to gender. This is an annoying woman. I don't know why it'd be a G-bag, but
Like,
um, go ahead.
no, I'll be quiet. Go ahead.
Dope is apparently Irish as well. One more with the shite, a shite hawk. Shite hawk is just is again just someone who's useless or something, someone you don't like. A gowl or a gowler, Gowl, is it translates. It comes from gall, Gall, but a gowl is a someone you don't like, but is probably also a foreigner. But it's such an old word. A foreigner in this context probably means you're English.
Yeah,
So
of course. Yeah.
right, all right, which makes perfect sense. Their version of a kiss ass is a lick arse. So
Somehow that's
still,
grosser. That's
yeah,
grosser.
right. Still one of my favorite expressions. Someone someone who's stupid is thick. So you can see, he's not very bright. He's thick as pig shit, right? Just being thick as being the word for someone who is stupid. I just love. Uh, a narky hole, Narkey, a narky hole. Someone who just kind of blathers on but complains is a moaner. Is a narky hole. So shifting from just
Oh.
words to actual some of the best Irish insults. He had a mouth that made an arse jealous. He has enough cheek for a second arse. So that's just someone who's cheeky and taking a chance, basically. Uh, if that family was more inbred, they'd be a sandwich. Also quite good. She'd rob the milk from your tea and come back for the sugar. Someone who's a thief. We call him the cloud. When he leaves, it's a lovely day. She has a she has a face on her like a slut arse. So someone who's red faced. And then you go do a raft of these as well. So someone who's skinny, there's more meat on a spider's knuckle, on a spider's elbow, on a hen's kneecap, a whole bunch of other. So someone who's skinny is always compared to an animal's joint of some sort. Uh, making fun of someone who's tall. If that lad fell over, he'd be halfway home. That's pretty good. Insults for people who are foolish. And some of these you will have all of us have heard versions of. As useful as a one-legged man in an arse kicking contest. That
Mhm.
apparently has Irish roots. I love this one. He'd shite on the table to keep the flies off the sugar. So just someone who's useless. And then of course these are old standbys. He's a few sandwiches short of a picnic. He's a few loaves with a few slices short of a loaf. There are I've heard people say a few tamales short of a quinceanera. It's all all those things as well. You're as useful as an ashtray on a moped. That's also good useless one. This one I had made no sense to me. No sense at all. He's a leg short of a snack box. So a snack box is a to-go lunch that is like two pieces of chicken with chips. But you're a leg short. You're missing a leg, I guess.
A chicken leg. So
A chicken
yeah.
leg, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. If he had brains, he'd be dangerous.
Yeah. Okay.
And then again, a whole raft of these. Not the blankiest blank in the blank. But this Irish one is not the fizziest can in the fridge, which is better than some. He's as thick as shite and only half as handy. And so Irish insults for people who are not attractive. The
Oh
sea,
man.
the sea wouldn't give him a wave. The tide wouldn't take that fella out. He wouldn't get a kick. He wouldn't get a kick in a stampede.
Oh.
He has a face for modeling balaclavas, which is pretty good. This one again, very Irish specific. He couldn't get his hole in a polo factory. So hole is Irish slang for sex, and but polo is a candy, like it must be like a lifesaver. So
Hmm.
yeah, listeners can figure that one out. A kettle wouldn't whistle at him. Uh, Nice from afar, but far from nice. There's one acronym in all these. This one is BOBFOC, BOBFOC.
Mm-hmm.
It stands for Body Off Baywatch, Face Off Crime Watch. You've got a head that would make an onion cry. I've seen better head on a brush. Um, for people who are cheap, he switches off the gas when he's flipping pancakes. He's so tight. He's so tight he would put together his own coffin. This one I sort of like because it has a good visual to it. He peels his oranges in his pocket because he doesn't want to share an orange. Another great one for someone who's a bit stingy. He wouldn't give you the piss. Sorry, I start laughing. He wouldn't give you the steam off his piss. And then one more for being stingy. Tighter than a camel's hole in a sandstorm.
Jesus.
Thank you, Ireland. But apparently one of the most common swear words though in Ireland is just make it the curse word of the week. They use feck, Feck. Oh yeah, off for feck's sake is very, very common there and is not really considered is considered acceptable in most companies. It's not really even viewed as a curse word anymore because it's so friggin' common. So anyway, for feck's sake, there's some St. Patty's Day inspired expressions and words for you to use. This all came from the IrishRoadTrip.com.
Oh, that's a perfectly cromulent way to celebrate St. Patrick's Day, Brian. That's I heard a good
Oh,
one. I heard it for fake sake. I heard a good one off of good insult off of I watched Woman in the Wall, which is very depressing. But it's got this one great line where this guy's getting all uppity with a local constable, and he says, "Do you know who my father is?" And the cop's response is, "Why, didn't your mother tell you?"
yeah, I've heard that too. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Brian, for
Yeah.
celebrating St. Patrick's Day with us. I'm only 5/8 Irish, so
Oh,
you're
I'm
you're
even
way
less than
more
that.
than that.
No. I'm like one third Irish, but I'm more
Oh,
Irish
really?
than anything
Oh,
else. Yeah, my French and Dutch and all and poodle and all kinds of things. So it's
poodle. You've got a bit of Saint Bernard about you, Brian. Well, another tradition beyond, of course, St. Patrick's Day in March is we've covered spring break, covered that last week. Now we got St. Patrick's Day. And the other thing that comes around and it's starting soon is March Madness, Brian.
Mm.
And, that's one of my favorite things to do. I'm really geared for it this year. I've printed out my brackets for both the men's, the women's, and the NIT. So I'll be watching all of that, which means that it's time for another college quiz, Brian, another
Uh-oh.
college game. And
And
so
you warned me to study, and I didn't do it. So this is going to be ugly.
I, I think this is probably the easiest one I've ever put together. For
Okay.
those we've picked up some new listeners lately, so
Mm-hmm.
this is the sixth edition, which I can't believe we're in six of these things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, This is a college rhyming game, and Bryan has to
Wait, is this
complete a
wait, this might just be fifth, but the last one I won.
you actually won.
Right.
Yeah,
It's the only
I
one
think
I
it's the
won.
sixth.
Okay.
In this college rhyming game, Bryan has to complete a phrase which reflects the college or university name, the college or university mascot, or the city where the college or university is located. I'm going to give three examples here, and then I'm going to read Bryan 10 setup lines that he has to complete. There's no offense, again, meant to any of the schools, cities, or mascots. We fully support higher education here at Dream Idiots.
Oh,
It's
you
just
sucks.
the rhyme scheme. Bryan said that, not me. If Bryan gets 7 correct answers before I finish the list, he wins. If he gets 6 or less, he loses. If he's at 6 correct answers after the 10 questions, I'm going to give him a lifeline and give him an 11th question to try to get 7 correct answers. So basically, he's going for 7 out of 11 if he can get it. If Bryan loses, he has to play this ridiculous game again in a future episode. If he wins, he gets a great prize. He gets to play this ridiculous game again on a future episode. So here's some examples for you. If you're at Michigan and you need a haircut, you're going to visit the. You can finish it for me, Bryan. You've heard this one before.
Michigan, and need a haircut.
Oh, Bryan, you're going to blow this. The barber in Ann Arbor. We've covered
Oh,
this one
I,
before.
I was thinking, I was trying to think of the Michigan mascot, like Wolverine. What?
If you're at
Wolverine,
Washington, if you're at Washington and you haven't had a proper bath in a while, you might smell like a
Muskie Husky.
musky husky.
Mhm.
And if you attend a private Christian university in Malibu and you're an exceptionally attractive person, you are
Fine at Pepperdine.
looking fine at Pepperdine. So
That's
there's the
fine.
3 examples for you.
Mhm.
So let's go, Bryan, with round 1. We've got, as usual, 3 questions in round 1, 4 questions in round 2, and then 3 questions in the hard level round 3. And then we've got a lifeline waiting for us. So let's go. Round 1, the easy level. Bryan, you're a fairly good looking student at the University of Utah in Salt Lake City. You're a blank blank.
You
Cute Ute. Very good. I better put a check mark by this. Bryan,
rubbing,
you need
rubbing my head, trying to get blood to my skull.
Bryan, you need some help moving into your dorm room in Waco, Texas. You borrow friends blank at blank. You need some help moving
Blank
into your
at blank.
dorm room in Waco, Texas.
Right. I knew Waco, obviously.
So you borrow friends blank at blank.
This is the easy one.
Yeah, what school's in Waco?
Baylor.
Okay, so you borrow the blank at blank to help you move in
I'm sorry. Yeah, my brain hurts. Trailer at Baylor.
trailer at Baylor. Very
Right,
good.
right. I was trying to come up with a couple of words that rhyme with Waco.
Stucco at Waco. Number 3. Bryan.
Trucko.
Bryan, you're a student at Utah State.
Shit.
And,
Okay.
and you enjoy listening to a podcast hosted by a former cast member of news radio. You listen to blank blank in blank.
Well,
You
it's
enjoy,
obviously Joe Rogan.
yep, you got the first part. Blank blank in blank.
Where the hell is Utah State?
Where the hell is Utah State?
Hey Siri. Um. Oh, I don't know where Utah State is. I don't know. No idea. Go. Mogan, Fogan. I give up.
You listen to Joe Rogan in Logan.
Logan. I would. Yeah. Was not going to get that.
Round 2, the medium level. Bryan, I wrote this with you specifically in mind for a couple of reasons. Bryan, you've invited so many people over to watch the Duke game that you had to rent a porta potty. But by halftime, it's overflowing with excrement. You've underestimated the blank, 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 blank.
The Blue Devil poo level.
Yes, the Blue Devil poo level. Very good.
Yes.
Should have put that in the easy round. Bryan, you've received a full.
Apologies to Morrison's wife.
Oh, she's not a Duke fan. Bryan, number 5. You've received a full scholarship to Alabama. You have a blank blank with the blank blank.
Full ride with the roll tide. Yes, close enough.
Well, what's the real name of you roll tide, but what's the name of it? You're so close.
Crimson Tide.
There you go. Roll tide with a crimson tide.
Oh, Crimson.
Roll
Okay.
full ride with a crimson tide. Very
Okay.
good. Bryan, you're headed back for homecoming weekend to watch your beloved Tigers play in the SEC, but now you're hopelessly lost somewhere in Alabama. You took a blank blank to blank.
Mhm. Oh, it's right there. Oh.
Maybe Charles Barkley's riding shotgun saying that you're a terrible driver. Terrible. Terrible. I can't do it, Charles Barkley.
Wrong turn
Oh, you're so close. Yes,
at
that's the first part.
Auburn.
There you go. Wrong turn to Auburn. Bryan,
Did Barkley
dude,
go to Auburn?
you're 5'6". Yeah, you're 5 for 6.
Yeah.
Bryan, you're an undergraduate at Nebraska who earns a little extra money singing and playing guitar on street corners. You're known as the blank blank.
Cornhusker Busker.
Ah, you're so good. Dude, you're 6 for 7. Here comes the hard level. Number 8, Bryan, you attend Iowa State, where you're a decent student and you enjoy watching mini cyclone sporting events. You also enjoy setting fires. You love watching blank in blank.
Oh shit. Iowa State, Ohio State, Iowa State,
Iowa State. Mm-hmm.
Iowa State Buckeyes, right? No. Yes. Fire in
No, not the Iowa State. You're watching mini Cyclones games. Iowa State Cyclones.
Iowa State Cyclones.
Mm-hmm. You also enjoy setting fires. So you love watching blank in blank.
I don't know. Stumped on this one.
You enjoy watching flames in Ames. Ames,
Ames.
Iowa. Flames in Ames. Yeah. Bryan, you're the best hitter on the Kansas baseball team. Opposing pitchers can't afford to give you a good pitch. The phrase you hear the most often from the home plate umpire is, "That's a blank, blank."
Kansas. That's a strikeout, Jayhawk? No.
That doesn't rhyme.
I know. The Kansas is the Jayhawks, isn't it?
The Jayhawks is right. You're the best hitter on the Kansas baseball team. Opposing pitchers can't afford to give you a good pitch. The phrase you hear the most often from the home plate umpire is, "That's a blank, blank." That's a blank, Jayhawk.
Balk? No
You
idea.
know, I'll take it because it rhymes. It's supposed to be that's a walk, Jayhawk.
Oh.
But I'll take it. I'll give you half credit
Half
for that
point.
one.
Half point.
I'll give you half point. You're sitting at 6.5.
I was like hit, home run. Like that.
Yeah, so it should read that's a walk, Jayhawk.
Okay.
Number 10. Bryan, you're a student at the University of South Carolina and discovered that the mascot has been impersonated by someone with a limp. Your school has a blank, blank, blank. You're a student at the University of South Carolina and then discover that the mascot has been impersonated by someone with a limp. Your school has a blank, blank, blank.
Mock gamecock.
You got two of them. What's the first word? Mock gamecock. What's the first word? Someone with a limp.
Uh, Someone with a limp. I
Blink
don't
mock. I guess I'll give you half credit for this one too.
know.
A, a lame mock gamecock.
Oh, okay.
Bryan, you got seven. You've won two in a row now, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you the lifeline just for fun. You're a really cool dude at the University of Akron. You're swell. You're righteous. You might be called a blank blank.
At the University of Akron.
Yep.
Yeah, I have no freaking clue on this one.
Bryan, you might be a hip zip.
Yeah, not a shot in
Well,
hell. I was gonna get that.
well, Bryan, that's pretty good, man. You limped through that at 7 out of 10. That puts you at, I believe, I'll go through and count them again, but I think you're now 2 and 4.
Yeah,
Well done,
crushing
buddy.
it.
You are crushing it. That's 1 out of 3. That's like batting 1 for 3. That's good.
I was worried you're gonna come up with Crichton and Davidson and
There's a
Santa
few in there.
Clara. And
There's a few in there. Like I was seriously thinking about putting in where's that one state? Stetson.
oh yeah.
Anyway, there you go, Bryan. There's you won't have to worry about the college quiz 6th edition for some time now. So you've got
Okay,
it out of your system.
excellent.
And you
Very
won.
cool. 1-2 in a row.
Yeah, you're on a streak.
All
But
right.
you know who will really won that, Bryan? The
Who's that?
listeners.
The listeners, right, of course.
The
We do it
listeners.
for the listeners. Well, thanks for listening, folks. We appreciate it. Please like, share, and subscribe our stuff. If you don't mind, pass it around. Give us 5 stars. Drop us a line at dreamidiotspodcast at Gmail if you have any ideas for us or a curse word or something. And we'll be back again.
Yes, we will. Be good to each other.